Good morning, Mike and Arlen, our Philippine journey. Thanks for joining us. Hey, before we start, please, we appreciate everybody being here and watching, but we would really love it if you would subscribe and hit that thumbs up so that we push this information out um, because apparently there's a lot of interest in it. Walking Street rapidly changes, but it doesn't visually change. We're going to follow up on what we heard as the chismis or gossip and tell you what we found out last night. So let's get started.
I never got it, why'd you have to go? I guess this world's too slow for you. I think there's beauty in the gray, the cold, but you just want the gold. And there's no way I can beat it, cause I got no chance, no chance when it comes to her. She got the glitter and the fame, and I just wasn't enough.
Okay, we're going to try and make this as concise and quick as we can, but I'm going to say this as a preface. Nothing is going to change until it actually changes. Supposedly, the changes are going to start Monday, tomorrow. But we found out a couple of other things last night. And so we're going to go into what we found out. And then we're going to go into some different varying issues. But I think you'll find it interesting. We find it interesting because I love business. And it's a confusing business that I don't understand. So supposedly starting Monday, there will be at the Wolfpack bars. Keep that in mind. That's a very, very unique statement. At the Wolfpack bars, but not all. Okay? The bar fines are going to range from $3,000 to $6,000. So there'll be girls that have 3,000 bar fine, 4,000 bar fine, 5,000 bar fine, and 6,000 bar fine. But you have to kind of understand something here. The Wolfpack bars are not a conglomerate. They're not subsidiaries of each other. Apparently, they have multiple owners and ownership structures. So they don't all follow the same rules and regulations, apparent or company rules. In other words, there's not a CEO that controls them all. There are different ownerships. And within that, there are majority owners in different bars. So they are the ones that actually call the shots. And that's where there's been apparently some confusion. But this is what we found out last night. Last night, I went with a buddy of mine downtown, or not downtown, but down to Walking Street, because I wanted to figure out, it just didn't make sense to me. And it didn't make sense to him when he heard it either. Now, neither he nor I bar fine anybody. Arlen and I don't bar fine girls, and Eddie doesn't bar fine girls. But we find ourselves on Walking Street for cocktails once in a while. We know a lot of the girls for various reasons. Now, there's going to be 3, 4, 5, 6. So 4 tiers. Now, what are they going to do? Well, the way it's going to work, supposedly, all right, is that each girl will have a wristband or something that identifies. Right now, they're talking about wristbands. Something that identifies them by sight so that you can visually see before you even approach them or have them come have a drink with you what a possible bar fine would cost you. I'm not sure how I understand that, to be honest with you. When I spoke with the managers, I was surprised because the amount of bar fine that this girl falls into, the tier that the girl will fall into is not based only on looks. In fact, it's really based on their ability to be a money maker. That's the term that both of these managers used. So apparently, the more money that they bring into the bar, the higher their bar fine is. Is this a reward situation? Because I can tell you, you know, if you've ever been in one of these bars, it's a little less than appealing, in my opinion. The vast majority of the girls that will be on stage, they just stand there like bumps on a log. There's nothing appealing about them. They may individually look pretty, but just stand there. They don't smile. They don't hardly move. Their dancing skills are extremely limited. Their entertainment value. Okay. The second thing is how well do they speak English? How can they carry on a conversation? So apparently, the girls that make the most money are the girls that are able to interact with the customers at the highest point or at a better point. And so therefore they get more lady drinks, they get bar fine more often. So the more money they bring into the bar is where they pretty much get set with their bar fine tier. Now, what is interesting is for the very first time, if what they've said is true, and if they actually follow through with it, for the very first time, we're seeing where the girls are actually getting rewarded for performance, if that's what you want to call it. All right, I know some of you will disagree with that. Now, I do not understand how that's going to impact some of these girls. I mean, it's kind of like, it's unusual for Angelese, or it's at least unusual in the way that I've seen it in the past. They've never competed amongst each other except in looks. Now they're getting to compete against each other other ways. Now, the next thing that's interesting is the way that the split is going to work. We were told something yesterday. Both of the managers confirmed last night, or day before yesterday, and both of the managers confirmed to me last night, no, that's not correct. So if the girl has a mama san, the mama san gets a cut, say 500 pesos. Let's say it's either way, the mama san gets a cut, 500 pesos. After that cut, the bar and the girl split the bar fine equally. And that makes more sense than what we were told before. All right. We were told last night that the price of drinks are not going up to the best of their knowledge, the knowledge of the managers. All right. But it is possible, and they're talking about it or they've heard, that the price of commissions to the girls will go up. Generally, the commissions at the American-owned bars, the Wolfpack bars and others, has been 100 pesos for every lady drink. They're talking about 120 pesos for every lady drink. We'll see. All right, let me just see what's... Okay, so now we said there's 4 tiers. Not every Wolfpack bar will have 4 tiers. We were told last night that the only bars that have agreed to participate in this and will get these all 4 tiers are going to be Excess and Avalon, 2 high-end or higher-end, modern, clean, well set up clubs. All right, that they're going to be the only ones that have a level 4 or a tier with a 6,000 bar fine. Don't know. You know, the one thing about Walking Street is you don't know anything until it's done. Until it starts, you don't know. We were told last night Lollipop has not decided whether it will be involved or not. Lollipop is probably, in my opinion, one of the busiest bars on Walking Street. It'll be standing room only from 7 o'clock till whenever, every night. So be interested to see if Lollipop participates. So what we were led to believe is that there will be bars with 3, 4s, and 5s. There may be bars with just 3s and 4s. Okay? Now, Arlene, when I got home last night, I was telling her everything that we found out. And Arlene said, you know, isn't that a little degrading? I mean, how does a girl walk around that's a 3? Does she feel standing beside a girl that's got a wristband saying she's a 6? Now, we did talk to a couple of different girls last night. Can't help but do that. You're there, right? You're going to have a drink. And I asked them how did they feel this would impact their bottom line. And it was an interesting thing. On the one hand, they were happy if they could be getting more. On the other hand, they felt that it might be a big problem when they're a spotlight girl. These are the girls that are going to get 6, supposedly. All right. And there are girls in the 5,000 peso realm. And a guy says, well, you know, why should I even bother to speak to the girl that's a 6 if I can talk to the girl that's a 5? I don't understand. I don't know how it works, and I don't know how they're going to implement it all. But we'll find out tomorrow, supposedly. But you know, the chismis, the gossip, it is what it is. Now, I think that a couple of things happen here. The first one is, if indeed there are opportunities for girls to make more money, we're going to see more girls, more higher end girls in the Wolfpack bars. That may bring more girls into Angeli's, of which there is no shortage now, trust me. So I say there's no shortage because we have friends, and quite frankly, they don't bar fine. And they said, why should I bar fine? I have 3 other options that are far less expensive. So talking to a buddy of mine, he says he gets 2 to 3 friends requests every day from Facebook. In addition to that, the girls are on Tinder. And finally, there are the dance clubs, which apparently you can go to a dance club at midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, and these girls are getting off their shifts 2, 3, whenever. Okay? If they don't have anything going on, they're there, and they're willing to negotiate what their pricing structure is going to be. What's funny is the pricing structure of these girls is radically different, or the pricing structure of where men meet these girls is radically different. My buddy says he has no shortage of daily offers in the 1,500 to 2,000 peso range. Now, I'm not interested in his sex life, so I don't go into details about it. These are all going to be short time, and I don't know what his definition of short time, or I don't know how any of that works for him. Okay? You know, some men want to spend time with women. Some men just want to get it done and send her on her way. Either way, I don't know. So this is the latest information that we have. And so it's a little bit more confusing than it was to begin with. At the same time, there's a little bit more information that helps to make it confusing. Who knows? Either way, the thing that's most important, I think, is going to be what actually happens. What will we actually see transpire? And as usual, we'll keep you abreast. So if you subscribe, if you hit that thumbs up, we appreciate it. But if you hit that notify bell, you will be notified each time we put out a video. And when we put the next video out about what we did see transpire, hey, then you'll know, and we'll see how much of the gossip is real or not. Otherwise, we hope you have a great day. Thanks for watching.